Hello. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a manga that I think that everyone should read. So the manga that I'm talking about in this case is called Ao No Hako in Japanese or Blue Box in English. So Blue Box is a story that is a romance slash sports story. So it has elements of both and it focuses on both. So to sum it up, the story is about Taiki, who is a badminton player in his third year of junior high, which is middle school or eighth grade, who likes Chinatsu, who is a basketball player in her first year of high school, which is ninth grade. But due to some family circumstances, Chinatsu ends up living in the same house as Taiki, and they both have the same goal of reaching nationals for that sport. So from there on, from that short synopsis, you can understand what would go on afterwards. Without getting into too much spoilers, it's like it shows how they're in different matches and how that relationship progresses. There's many reasons that I think that everyone should read this certain manga. First of all, it's very easy for anyone to get into. It's a story about sports and romance, but you don't really need to know anything. You don't need to have any other prior knowledge about whatever's going on, so you can just get into it. Second of all, it's not that long. It's still serializing as of right now, and hopefully it doesn't get cancelled. So far, there's only 28 chapters out right now, and it's still serializing. So it'd be pretty easy to catch up to it in 1 or 2 weeks if you just read like a couple chapters every day. So that should be quite easy. Just 2 chapters a day, and you'll catch up in 2 weeks. So it'll be pretty easy to catch up. You don't need to worry about like some mangas where there's 100 plus chapters, or maybe even like a really long ongoing manga with like 600 plus chapters that you need to catch up to. So there's no worries like that. It's not gonna take you that long to catch up. Reading one chapter should probably take you like 5 to 10 minutes at most. So just like I said earlier, if you read like a couple chapters every week, then you'll catch up in no time. Another one of the reasons that I think that everyone should read this specific manga is because it just feels really fresh. I haven't seen any other mangas that have tried like to do a romance of sports and romance. Sorry. A mix of sports and romance. Uh, and I feel like the execution for this is done pretty well. Obviously, like I said earlier, there aren't that many. Just a sports manga or a romance manga alone is a lot already, but mixing them both would take even more effort, and I feel like it deserves a lot of praise for that, because so far from what I've read, there's been a really good balance between the two, and it doesn't feel like there's more of romance or more of sports so far. There's been a lot of depth that's gone into both of them, so that's good to see. Another one of the things that I like about sp- Another one of the things that I like about Blue Box is that the protagonists are great. I really like both of the characters, even though we haven't really seen Chinatsu that much. We haven't gone into her character since it's mostly narrated by Taiki, and we get to see the story from his perspective and his point of view. But so far, they both seem like really cool and interesting characters to look for. So I look forward to what's gonna happen further on with them. And the side characters of the story look pretty interesting so far as well. The side characters, some of them are really funny as well, so that's great. And it doesn't feel like there's too much of like stereotypes or archetypes that have gone into it, because I wouldn't say that any of the characters are like they really fit one specific stereotype, but I guess you could kind of say that some of them kind of do, but I think that would still be a reach, and it's cool to see that there's new ideas, and the characters aren't being completely stereotyped. Now, lastly, my favorite thing about this manga is the art. First of all, I'd like to say that I haven't read that many shoujo manga, which shoujo means like a specific demographic, the demographic for young girls. So yeah, I haven't read that many shoujo manga. I think I've only read one, but I really like the art style, and from what I've heard from other people, this specific art style is known to be a shoujo manga art style. So I really like the art style. The art is really detailed. In particular, one of my favorite aspects of the art is that whenever the mangaka is drawing motion, I feel like he does such a good job because it just looks so clean, and it just looks really realistic and accurate, and at the same time it looks kind of cartoonish, not cartoonish, like manga-ish, like it fits the aesthetic of the manga as well. So that is perfect in my opinion. And another thing that I have to give the mangaka praise for is the amount of double page spreads in this manga. So far, I think in almost every single chapter I've read, towards the end of the chapter, most of the times on the last page, there seems to be some kind of double spread, and they're all so well made, and it's really satisfying to look at them and to read them. So I'll put up some double page spreads as well on the screen so you can see them. All right, so those are all of the reasons that I think that everyone should read this manga. And if you do actually decide to read this manga, be sure to tell me in the comments how you like it. And thank you. Bye.